Hello guys, I'm Aveline. Welcome back to my channel. I hope you're all having an amazing day. So today, actually I got this suggestion a couple of days ago on, was it the Two Dads apartment that I did? But someone was asking me if I could do my dream apartment. So I have done possibly like two versions of this in the past or just one, I don't really remember. But you know how, your dream apartments or houses tend to change a little bit, so I wanted to do an updated version based on that suggestion. Also because the last one I did was in September, I think, so it's a while ago. It's like 10 months ago. I feel like it's okay to do an updated version of it by now. It's also not in the same apartment as the other one was, so when I did the one in September, I put it in one of the two-story apartments that are in Fashion District. This one is in Hakim House in Arts Quarter is what it's called, yeah. I don't usually decorate the apartments over here other than one of them, which is big enough to actually fit in an apartment in there. What was I about to say? It's actually big enough to fit a family in there, so that's the only one that I usually go for if I want to decorate an apartment over here. So I kind of forgot what the area is called or the neighborhood is called for a second, but it's all okay. I actually had a lot of fun decorating this. I started it earlier today, which is unusual for me. Usually I will build or decorate whatever I put up on the channel. I'll have recorded the day before, and then I'll just edit and do the voiceover on the day that I release the video, because then I don't have to rush through anything. But that's why this video is up a little bit late. It's because I actually did it today. So I've been working on this since I got up today. I was just so tired when I came home yesterday because I'd been hanging out with my sister, her boyfriend, their two children, so my nephews, and also my mom. I was exhausted. I'd also only slept like 4 hours, so I just did not have any energy for anything. I was just sitting here actually playing Roblox the rest of the day, just farming money to make more videos and just watching Netflix. I watched the remake of Dirty Dancing, which I cannot recommend. The original is so much better, so if you're curious about that, I do not recommend that. Anyways, I need to watch the old one today to like cleanse the mistake of watching the new one, because it just, what's going on with my voice? But yeah, the new one, no. Or it's not even new, it's from 2017, so it's not even new anymore. I think it might have been, or I think it might be based off the musical, but the musical is also based off the old movie, so isn't it in theory also based off the old movie? I don't really know. It wasn't very good. I need to watch the old one today is my point. But anyways, so I just didn't have any energy yesterday. It was fun though hanging out with my nephews. I am definitely still the cool aunt. I let them play Pokemon on my Switch. One of them also got to record a little bit here on my computer. I'm not going to share it just because I don't feel comfortable doing that. It's not my place to share. I don't know, how do you explain that? It's like family vloggers that include their children in their videos, and the children don't really know what they're possibly not even saying yes to, but their parents are just doing. So I don't really feel like that's okay. Just like I don't share their faces on my Instagram, I'm not going to share recordings made with them here on YouTube either. Does that make sense? I just want to respect them. Like, they don't need all their stuff out on, even though it's just one recording, but it's the principle of the thing. Anyways, but it was a lot of fun to hang out with them. So I completely got sidetracked there. The point was I was just tired yesterday, so I recorded this today, but I did take my time with it. I had a lot of fun with it. It's definitely like, this apartment is right up my alley. It has everything that I need except for maybe a toy, dog toys and stuff. I didn't actually put those in. Actually, I might go and do that before I upload this to the gallery, because my life goal is just to have a corgi. I just want a corgi in my life, that's all. If I have a corgi, I'll be happy. Like, that'll be everything to me. I know that sounds ridiculous, but I just really love dogs. And corgis especially, because their bodies are completely out of proportions. Their ears are huge, their bodies are long, and their legs are super short, and I just love it. So, plus, personality-wise, they also really fit with me, and kind of reminds me of the dog that I had in the past, the one that I grew up with. They sort of have the same kind of personality. They're both herd dogs. So I just really want a Corgi. I don't know why I didn't put any dog toys in here, but I'll do that before I upload it to the gallery, of course. But yeah, other than that, this apartment is right up my alley. It's very basic when it comes to color scheme. It's basically just white, gray, and black. But if you follow me on Instagram and you watch my stories, I've been posting a lot just on my stories. Like whenever I add something new to my apartment, I'll take a picture of it and put it on my story. And I have a highlight on my own feed as well, or on my account. How do you say it? On my page, whatever. So this pretty much just reminds me of the vibe that I'm going for in my actual apartment. It's just on a bigger scale because my apartment, the one that I live in right now, is definitely not this big, not even close. So it's just like this one, but a little bit bigger, or a lot bigger. So it's very gray, black, and white. I'm very basic Scandinavian when it comes to that. There's a lot of plants here and there. Not like an overabundance of plants, just enough for me to feel like there's life in the apartment. Does that make sense? There's a few patterned rugs around the apartment too, and just generally it's very cozy to me at least. I also like the whole style of it. I like the soft rocks that I'm using. Those are the ones that I kind of tend to gravitate towards in real life too. And I like the mid-century modern items, and also that there's a little bit of like, especially with the flooring, like it's a little bit rustic as well, because that's another thing. Like Scandinavian interior design is often very mid-century modern, but there's also these rustic elements to it. So I had to bring that into the apartment too, because that is just, my style is very basic Scandinavian, I think. Or it might be like basic Scandinavian, but gravitating towards a bit of a more raw look or tough look, maybe. I don't really know. My pillows would say otherwise. I don't really know. So yeah, it's just a lot of like, I'm like trying my best with my own apartment to make sure that everything doesn't turn out black, just like my wardrobe. Apparently, I am just automatically drawn towards like black things, like black sweaters or black knitted jumpers or black hoodies. Everything just black, and it's terrible if your whole apartment turns out black. It's very dark, and I don't know, I don't want that either, even though I love just the cleanliness. Is that a word? I think it is. The cleanliness of, it's really difficult for me to say anyways, of white and black, even though I just like that. I don't want it to be just white or black. I want there to be some gray in there, you know, spice it up with a little bit of gray. I'm just kidding, by the way. I know that gray is not spicing up anything. Just for those of you who can't, like, sense sarcasm. Anyways, so yeah, that's my issue with my apartment. I'm having a lot of fun with it though. When I moved into the apartment that I live in right now, so that was in September too, I didn't actually have any furniture. The only thing that I had was, well, the stuff on my shelves behind me. So in my office, if you've seen some of my face cam videos, you can see I have like plushies and stuff, merchandise on the shelves behind me. Speaking of that, we are currently decorating the office. So just imagine that those shelves here behind the streaming setup, those are the ones that are behind me right now. So with a lot of like plushies from movies that I like Disney movies, and there are books on there too. But other than those items, I just had, I think, basically just my computer, my monitors, everything for my computer set up, and also my clothes, obviously, and my gaming chair. And that was it. So everything else I've had to sort of add to my apartment since I moved in. So that's why it still looks a little bit empty, because it's a big work in progress. Furniture is not cheap, neither is decor. I feel like decor in the end like actually becomes pricier than furniture. I don't know how that makes sense because it's smaller, but it just adds up, and suddenly, you know, you have 4 coffee table books that are suddenly worth more than the coffee table they're standing on, you know? Or maybe you don't know because you don't live in Denmark and everything is not crazy expensive as it is here in Denmark. So I don't really know, but like furniture and also decor pieces, except from vases, or vases and pots for plants, those are not expensive. Plants are generally not expensive either. but they can be though, but generally they're not. But like just like decor pieces, like small figurines or the coffee table books that I talked about before, they're just lamps as well, crazy expensive here. So it takes a little while for like it's taken a while to get where I am right now. I'm still working on it, which is also why I haven't done an apartment tour. But once I feel like my apartment is at a place where I feel comfortable sharing it with people. Not that I haven't had friends over or family over, but once I feel like I'm comfortable enough with it to share it with you, I'll do a video tour. So I'm pretty much a perfectionist when it comes to stuff like that. So it'll probably still take a while. So just hang in there if you're interested in seeing what my apartment looks like. I'll do a tour on it eventually. And if you can't wait, I do have that highlight up on my Instagram. So my Instagram is linked in the description down below. I don't really plug it here on the channel just because generally I only post like older builds on my feed, but then I'll do day-to-day stuff on my story. So I don't really, since you've already seen the builds, like why would you want to see them again on Instagram? I don't really know, but if you're interested in following me, there is a link to the page or to my account in the description box down below, so you can see the highlight of my apartment as well and see the similarities with this one, even though this one is a lot bigger, like I already said. I just want to point it out again. This one is definitely a lot bigger. So if you're wondering what's going on here, I have another dream. Like other than having a corgi, I really, really want like a nice walk-in closet. I think I've talked about this a couple of times here on the channel, but I have been very into fashion since I was a kid. I did go to fashion school or design school, it's called, just for a little bit until I figured out that I didn't want to do that. I don't really want to go into why because I had some issues with some classmates and stuff. No drama, nothing like that. I didn't make anybody mad or I don't know, was rude to anyone. No one bullied me. It wasn't that sort of situation. There was something else going on. I don't want to get into it. So anyways, just because I feel like this is not the video for that. But yeah, I did go there for a little bit just because I just really like, call me what's it called, vain or whatever. I just like pretty things. So whether it's art or fashion, which is also a form of art, or I don't know, like paintings, it's also art, but you know, like sculptures and stuff like that, just generally art, photographs and that kind of thing. I just love it. Interior design, you know, just everything creative basically. I also love music, so, or maybe what I like isn't necessarily pretty things, but just different ways to express yourself. So the whole subject of art, whether it's paintings or sculptures or photography, and then also fashion and music. I don't know, I like all of that. And because of that, well, partly because of that, I was drawn towards design school, but like I've just loved fashion since I was a kid. So I want a beautiful walk-in closet with, I don't know, you can see the clothes out in the open. I know it's gonna get dusty as heck, but you know, I'll make sure to keep it clean. I'm also not the type of person to spend a lot of money on fast fashion either. I like to make sure that I've thought everything through before I buy stuff, so it wouldn't be like, for example, not to call anyone out, but there was a thread on Twitter a couple of days ago. Someone was saying that Dr. Dre wears a new pair of sneakers every day, and I just don't do that. Even if you have the money, don't do that. It's probably not good for your feet either, so what the heck is the point? Because you know how your shoes are shaped like your feet because you keep pressuring on your shoes as you walk, so they get shaped according to your foot shape. I think that's a lot. That's why your shoe or your feet, if you're trying out new shoes and you walk around them for an entire day, they might hurt a little bit, you know? I think I've been told by my dad at least, so if I'm wrong about this, blame my dad. But I don't think that wearing new shoes is healthy for your feet either. So why would you do that? It's a waste of money. It's a waste of material. Sure, you're supporting whatever shoe brand that is, but I'm sure they don't need that support either. I think it was Adidas or something. So just don't do that. It's a waste of materials and bad for your feet. Don't do that. Why am I talking about Dr. Dre and his sneakers in my speed build? I've no freaking clue. Just point is, I like to make sure that what I buy, I wasn't like that when I was younger, but now I am. I just want to make sure that what I buy is stuff that I can see myself wearing for years, and I think everything through, and just like slowly build up a nice wardrobe as well so I can fit it into my walk-in closet. I know I sound ridiculous to some of you guys right now, but we all have different interests and stuff, so it's completely okay. One thing as well that I really want is in my bathroom, because currently I only have a shower. It's very common for apartments here in Denmark to not have bathtubs, but I really want a bathtub just for those days where I have time for an hour-long bath. I don't know when that's ever gonna happen. And then I want, bath bombs as well, because they're so nice. I had to throw out a bunch that I bought because I moved into an apartment with just shower, and I miss them. I want to just soak in a nice warm bath with some bath bombs in it, or just one. So anyways, I put that in here. And now we are at the end of the video, so I'm totally gonna go past the screenshots with my outro, but whatever. If you guys like this apartment, you can download it off the gallery. My ID is AvelineYT, and you can also find it under the hashtag Aveline or AvelineYT. And as always, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Remember to like and subscribe and all that good stuff if you did, and I'll see you all in the next one. Bye-bye.
Can't get enough of this. Being with you is a never-ending sunshine. You got your high heels on, and I'm wearing my worn-out jeans. What could go wrong? Sipping on a beer, sing along to our favorite songs. All I want is you. You make my world spin round and round. Sometimes I don't know what to do, 'cause my heart starts racing.